I figured I'd just give a little update on the state of the ES1 project. I shot these videos right before I left for Spain 6 months ago, and just before I left I finished a couple of units and used 2 of them live at one point to play. That went really well. The prototype units are a bit rough, as you can see. The faceplate is quite bent, so that kind of sucked, but overall was a pretty good experience. So the PCBs and software can be considered stable enough to use to play publicly. Just before I left, I also received the latest revision PCBs. These are partly pre-populated, so you don't have to solder small resistors, etc. But you do still have to transfer the original pots and buttons from DS4. I am currently using a blowtorch to get them all off, which is super quick, but if you don't be careful, you can burn the pots or buttons. Furthermore, you'll have to solder on the connectors and the TNC, of course, which is the most prone to errors, since we're not using any headers to solder it on, but we're soldering it on directly. I think this is the latest or the revision before that, so that's how it looks. This is not completely done. This is the one that's currently in the prototype unit. As you can see, there was still a couple of small details that needed to be fixed, but they all should be fixed now in the latest board. It was kind of tricky to get the proper wires to connect everything, so as you can see, I had to fabricate some of them myself here, which got kind of hacky. Here you can see me soldering the TNC to the PCB. As I said, we are not using headers. It just looks a bit awkward because I had to make it viewable on the camera. But it actually works pretty well once you get used to it. And yeah, you just need to check that you are actually connecting the pads and not creating an air bubble during the soldering. But when you do that properly, it works pretty well and it's pretty reliable. I'd say that for everyone it's pretty doable to assemble this board, because if you suck at soldering, it will just take you more time but not be impossible. So yeah, this is a finished unit. As you can see, they come out looking pretty professional, sleek, finished. This one still looks a bit rough because it was the prototype, but yeah, overall pretty happy with it.